your past and your future and being at cause. We often talk about the idea of being at cause, and we want to talk in this video about a few nuances around this. I'm Chris Thompson, this is Mike Mandel, and we are
Mike Mandel Hypnosis.
We are Mike Mandel Hypnosis. We talk about this a lot of the time. Let's explain what being at cause even means.
Okay, being at cause is when life isn't just happening to you, but you're taking a degree of control and responsibility for your own life, which is a very good place to be.
Okay, so being at cause means you are responsible for your thoughts and actions.
Right.
And being at effect means others are responsible and life is just happening to you. And of course, where does this come from?
This comes from Robert Dilts's logical levels, which is a great way of understanding your environment, your behaviors and beliefs, and so on.
Right. So we talk about the idea of being at cause means that you're in control of what you do in your environment. You're responsible for what's going on. Now, sometimes people ask, well, hey, doesn't that mean that you're saying it's my fault that this bad thing happened to me in the past?
I hear this all the time. Things that have happened to you, like horrible trauma, we are in no way saying that you caused it. And some people actually come out with that and say, oh yeah, it happened to you in some way, you caused this to happen. No, not at all. That is being at effect in a situation that you had nothing to do with by and large. But we think you can be at cause, meaning you're at fault for bad things that happen to you only if you continue doing them, if you somehow cause them. But trauma is not your fault.
Right. So every innocent child that went through some horrendous trauma, and if you were in an abusive marriage or if there was some sort of assault in your past, we're not saying that this is in any way something that you are responsible for. It happened to you, and we can't control all the bad things that happen to people in lives, right? But so what does being at cause really mean then?
Perfect example. Chris, as a kid, I was beaten up many, many times. I was bullied. Now, that happened to me. But being at cause means I now take responsibility for how I live in light of that. I don't let it ruin my life.
Right.
I wound up getting into jiu-jitsu and becoming smart and stuff
so
like
how
that.
You react and behave.
So how you react and what you do with the event, that is being at cause.
Right. So while we can't guarantee that bad things won't happen,
because they will,
but we can learn to respond more resourcefully.
Correct. And this is why two people can go through the exact same horrific event, and one person might be devastated for life, and the other person manages to get over it, and they actually become stronger by how they respond. The difference is they are taking ownership of their own future and determining what that is going to do in their future.
Right. And you mentioned earlier the example of you, in this case, being bullied as a child.
Right.
You got through it in some way because you dealt with it, but somebody else maybe holds on to that, and instead of being at cause for the rest of their life, is at the effect of that bad thing that happened, and they let that carry their entire life forward in a very different way than you did.
Yes, because being bullied, to an adult looking back on it, doesn't seem very major. But at the time, to a child, it is absolutely terrifying. And it caused me to become assertive and martial artist and things like that. It made me more capable because of how I responded to it. That's being at cause.
Okay, awesome. So being at cause, not being at effect, has nothing to do with blaming others for your past or saying that the past is your fault.
No.
It's about the future and the here and now and then going forward.
It's about what are you going to do with it now.
Right. Yeah. So go ahead and check out the link in the description under this video. You'll find a link to our personal growth membership where you can find a lot more of this awesome kind of stuff. And we'll see you in the next video. Make sure while you're here, click that subscribe button, ring that bell, and thanks again, and good night.